Hello, it's me again, Emily. Welcome back to my channel. So in today's reading, we'll be looking into what does your energy feel like. So your energy, as in your energy, how it comes off to other people and how your energy feels to yourself. And this reading is in collaboration with Beautiful Awakening with Shantia. So Shantia will be exploring what's blocking your energy and how can you unblock your energy. And I'm really excited for this reading because I love Shantia's readings. I only subscribed to her channel sometime last month, but I really grew to love her style of reading and how she got her messages across. So be sure to watch that reading and subscribe to her YouTube channel as well. I'm really excited. If you want to see more from me, don't forget to like, comment, tell me what you thought of this reading, and subscribe to see more from me and to support my channel. Alright, so sorry I haven't been posting much on my channel because in all honesty I've been burnt out and I haven't been able to record. It's been a really difficult few weeks, and I'm hoping it would have subsided over the next couple of days. I wasn't sure if I'll be able to record this, but I'm trying now today, so let's see how it goes while I'm recording. Before we get into it though, I meditated before I started shuffling the cards. I didn't write any messages, and I just want to talk about my meditation and what I saw. So I was walking through a forest, and then I was in front of a tree and I felt the need to put my hand on the tree and then my second hand, and then I was pushing the tree, pushing my tree somewhere, I don't know where I was pushing it to, and then I pushed it off the edge of a cliff, and then I sat at the edge of the cliff and I was waiting for something, and then all of a sudden the tree grew where I pushed it over the cliff, and it was bigger than I was. And I was sat there in awe, and I feel like the message there was to grow wherever you're planted, grow through whatever weather, any scenario, because if you don't grow, then you won't go anywhere. So it's like, look at your situation now. Yeah, it may be the worst situation ever, but how can you improve on yourself while you're there so you can grow within your situation? And then when you leave your situation, it's like you can grow even more because you didn't allow yourself to feel held back by your circumstance. I hope that made sense, because it's like an instant message came from that once I finished meditation, and I felt the need to share that message. Wow, and I felt like it was a very powerful message anyway, so I hope you got something from that. But anyway, let's go over to picking the cards. So we have group 1, group 2 and group 3. Take your time to choose which group is for you. Choose more than one group if you wish. If you don't hear a message in your group for you, continue watching until the end of your reading to find a message for you. But if not, then continue on to another group. Alright, so deep breath in, 2, 3, 4 and out, 2, 3, 4 to choose which group is for you. Timestamps will be in the description box, and let's get to group 1. Hi group 1, welcome to your reading. Thank you for watching. So this is your What Does Your Energy Feel Like reading in collaboration with Beautiful Awakening with Shantia. Shantia will be exploring what's blocking your energy. So these two readings will go hand in hand. I'm excited to listen to Shantia's reading. So don't forget to like, comment and subscribe of her YouTube channel, which I'll link in the description box. Alright, so let's move over to your cards. So I forgot to mention in the intro that I did this reading on myself. I usually do the readings on myself before I start recording, and the cards really complimented me. I was like, oh, thank you, cards. But anyway, let's go into your cards. What do your energy feel like? Should we use reversals? Yeah, I feel like we should use reversals. So 3 of Pentacles in reverse, the Magician, the moon. I feel like that should go there. One message I'm kind of getting here is that your energy is kind of intense, sorry. And yeah, intense. We have the Three of Swords here and the Temperance card that just fell out, but I don't want to take both of them. So it's kind of like, there's also this sense of a resistance here. So it's like you may be seen as a rebel because rebels are resistant to the norms. And I don't know why I'm getting the Hierophant energy here. It's like you're very resistant of the norms. You're very resistant to society labels, like religion or something like that. And it's like you go off on your own. And I'm also getting the Fool energy as well. And it's like you do what's best for you. And it's like you feel it so strongly within yourself that you can do it your own way and not what everyone else wants. Because I feel like maybe you're not a team player. You don't do well in teams, and everybody feels that, and you feel it too. So you want to go off on your own and put your own ideas out there, put your own work out there, because there's a lot to you. There's this intensity to you, and others feel that intensity, and maybe you feel that intensity too. Yeah, with the Three of Swords here, it's like you remove yourself from norms, you remove yourself from what you're not interested in. So it's like people see that you have your own interests and don't bother yourself with what everyone else is doing. But in a way, they find that quite compelling. You are very compelling. Yeah, Six of Wands. You have a very compelling energy, and people have your back, and you have your own back. So I feel like how people see you behind closed doors is how they see you when they actually see you in person. Because it's like when people are behind closed doors, they'll say exactly the same thing to your face. Like, oh, I like Emily, Emily is this, Emily is that. And then they'll say the same thing to your face. Even though we have the Three of Pentacles in reverse, which is all about being a team player and asking for help to build an empire. It's like, maybe you build your own empire, or building your own empire, and you have fans, and you have people who want you to win. And it's like your energy is strong and palpable that people would want you to win, and you want you to win. And it's kind of like goes hand in hand. Interesting. We have the King of Chalices, and we have the Nine of Swords reverse. Yeah, the Nine of Swords upright is quite intense, but it's reversed. It's still an intense card, but it's more of what you don't see. And that's the kind of message I'm getting here. It's more of what you don't see. So they see you as people feel that your energy is quite big, but then at the same time there's quite a lot that's hidden beneath the surface. Like a lot of fears and a lot of what next, what do I do now, where do I go? But then, oh, okay, I'm getting a message now. Okay, so the Magician can put up quite a front as well. So it's like, maybe you put on quite a front sometimes, that you can do something, you can be anything you want, you can do whatever you want to do. But beneath the surface, there's a fear that maybe you can't, maybe I won't go anywhere, maybe I won't get anywhere. But it's kind of like with these two cards here, it's about owning the fears, owning the I can't do it, and doing it anyway, and conquering the world one step at a time. Because wow, yeah, conquering the world one step at a time with the world and the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles didn't get to this place of queenery by just sitting around doing nothing. She built it slowly but surely over time by herself often, and the Magician is by himself, number one, and this is all about going solo, going against the grain and doing what you got to do. So I'm getting like going against the grain of what you're thinking. So it's like you're thinking one way, oh, I can't do this, I'm useless, I'm this, I'm that, and then doing the complete opposite. So it's like your thoughts are one thing and your actions are another. So it's like, don't be fooled by what you think about yourself and your journey, because it's not a reflection on what's actually happening and where you can go in the outside world. I feel like this is turning into a completely different reading, but I feel like that's kind of the message that wants to come out now. But your energy is like there's just two different sides to you, your internal world and your external stance. Just because you feel all of this or think all of this doesn't mean you should be rattled. So I feel like people don't see you as being easily rattled. And maybe you aren't easily rattled, even though there are fears, even though you do think this certain way about yourself or about your situation. And people see you as getting things done, going after what you want at any cost. That sounds really dramatic, but that's kind of what I'm getting here. I'm kind of getting the Chariot card as well. I'm getting like grab the bull by the horns and you go, no matter the obstacles that come into your way. So people see your energy comes across as quite determined to others, and they find that it's very endearing, and they find that strength. They see you as feeling strong and having hidden strengths. Because I'm getting the message of there's a lot more than meets the eye. There's more to the story. I'm getting wow, I'm getting a loads of cards here. So I'm getting the High Priestess energy as well, where it's like you don't expose everything, but people know that there's something there as well, even though they don't say anything. But then they say exactly what they mean about you behind closed doors, and then they say the same thing when they are in your presence. Wow, that's interesting. I feel like that went a bit off track there, but hopefully those messages made sense. Alright, so let's see. How do people find group one's energy? Okay, 3. The Hierophant in reverse, yep. As I was saying before, I was getting the Hierophant and the Fool, because I was going to say the Hierophant in reverse. Well, yeah, then the 8 of Swords upright. So it's like, don't believe those thoughts of, I'm not good enough, I'm not this, I'm not that, and actually do the opposite of those thoughts so that your actions can be progressive and not restrictive, because the Hierophant can be quite restrictive. If you watched my video before this one actually about how to read tarot, Justice and the Hierophant, I spoke about how the Hierophant can be quite restrictive and not being able to heal where you were broken, whatever I said. But if you feel like watching that, then watch it. So it's like you are able to untangle yourself from tradition and stand on your own, and people feel that's very endearing. Even though some people may not agree with that, it's a very empowering position to be in. So I feel like maybe you feel quite empowered by your own energy, and you're able to stand tall in your own energy, even though there's a lot of fear there, just a lot that's there beneath the surface. And then we have the Four of Swords in reverse and the Four of Cups. Interesting. It feels like some people, I feel like this is for a few of you, like some of you may feel like you have a lot to prove to others, because as I was saying before, the Magician can be someone who puts up a front, like I can do this, I can do that. But with the Four of Swords in reverse, it's like there's no rest for the wicked. So it's like maybe some of you keep trying to push at closed doors. I'm getting the the Five of Pentacles from this deck, the Lightseer's Tarot deck. So let me just get that card. I feel called to get that card. Out of all the cards I've been calling out, I feel like that's the one that needs to come out the most. So let's see if we can get that. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Here we go. It's like, oh, actually, okay. I feel like it's about you feeling like you're tired of pushing at the same door over and over again, hoping to find your way. It gets exhausting, and it could be that your energy can start to feel quite low, trying to do what everyone else is doing, for instance, trying to get that opportunity that's not coming to you, that's not coming your way, and you can get quite bored. So I feel like sometimes your energy can feel a bit stunted, a bit bored, a bit like I want to shake things up, and then you do shake things up because you manage to take control of your situation. So I'm getting that there are times where you feel like you are lethargic within yourself, and when you start to feel that lethargy, is that the word, a word? That lethargy feeling, then it's all about looking at what you have been holding yourself to, what's been blocking you, what have you been told to do that isn't working for you, and really explore that so you can release yourself and get into that Magician energy where you are in it for yourself, where you're putting your best foot forward, where you're showing the world your best self, and you actually show up in your best self, and you aren't pretending, you are practicing what you preach, because it's like a lot of people look up to you and they love your energy, but how can you be in your best energy when you're doing what your energy doesn't want you to do? So I'm getting here, to be in your best energy, you need to let go of what isn't productive for your energy, and focus on the things that will put you in the best energy. I feel like that's going into Shantia's reading, but I feel like that message needed to come out. Very interesting. And let's get one more card, because I feel like a lot of extra messages come out when I just get the one extra card from this deck. Okay, so not one card wanted to come out, two cards wanted to come out. So we have the Magician again and the Queen of Chalices. So I'll just take the Queen of Chalices. And then we have the Temperance at the bottom of the deck. you have a lot of power within your group one, and people feel that energy about you, that power within you. And it's like you can easily become frustrated and even have a few breakdowns because you keep pushing at the closed doors. But it's like it's okay to have that one confidant who you can open up to realize, oh, I've been doing things all wrong, let me get myself together and do things a little differently. And people feel that your energy can whip up anything that you want in your life. And it's like when you feel like things aren't going a certain way, people feel that energy shift with you. I'm getting like maybe you do a lot of shadow work and you keep reinventing yourself. And it's like with each reinvention, people see a new kind of side to you. Maybe you dye your hair quite a bit. Maybe you change your wardrobe quite a bit as well. And it's like a whole death rebirth kind of situation. And now I'm getting the death card. A lot is coming up for you, group one. It's like you keep reinventing yourself because you feel like it's needed, and people need to get to know you over again. And it's nice to see that you have come this far. Yeah, because there is a progression here, I'm feeling here. And people see that your energy is quite progressive. Wow. And let's get to your archetype cards. We have Warrior, light attribute, strength, skill, discipline, and toughness of will, heroism, stoicism, and self-sacrifice in conquering the ego. And then Angel, light attribute, helping those in need with no expectation of return. I get the Tower card with this Warrior card with the lightning, and it's like breaking down the barriers of the Tower card. Wow, okay, so I'm going to be doing the Queen of Swords and the Tower card combination reading soon, and I feel like it really comes into this reading with the Hierophant as well. It's like the lightning comes and strikes the Tower, and I see the Tower as the Hierophant, where it's like all the belief systems or societal norms, it's like comes crashing down, and it's that whole reinvention of I'm going to do this differently. I am going to be who I am. I'm not going to live by society's standards. And you speak on that. So I feel like you practice what you preach. And people love that energy because one minute you're like, oh, I want to own my own business. Next minute you are owning your own business. And then you say the next thing and then the next thing, and that happens and that happens. And then that's with the Magician card, where the magician speaks and so it shall be done. And it's like you keep going, you keep coming back, and you keep just expanding. So there's this, people see that your energy is quite expansive. And it's like you don't expect people to agree. You don't expect anything to change from other people as long as your life is changing for the better. Wow, I'm not going to go any further with those two cards because I feel like those few messages from the cards was what was needed. So let's see, we have a Lion. Yes. People see your energy as quite brave. And with the sword here, we have a sword at the top of this card, where it's like, I'm going to say what I want and I am not going to back down, and the lion doesn't back down. And they feel that I'm not backing down kind of energy. It's like your energy is so strong, intense. It's quite intimidating as well at times, because maybe they see you as not needing help from anyone. And it's like your eye is always on the prize. With this lion here, with this paw on this ball and looking out into the distance, it's like maybe they see you as someone who has always got their eye on the next thing and will conquer that next thing, will attract that next thing, will actually do what they can to get that next thing and be that progressive person. It's like they see you as not sitting still. But also there's this funness there as well, because with lions there's cats. So I'm getting like cats are quite fun. They love to play, and your energy is quite fun, even though it can be serious, even though it can be intense. It's work hard, play hard. Okay, that's the message I'm getting. Work hard, play hard. So you know how to work and you know how to play. And let's get one more card from this deck. And then we have Moon Cat. Wow, I just said the cat. I love how the readings just link like this. The cards link with the reading. So it's like they sense that you are quite an intuitive person, but there's something like that's beneath the surface that they can't really get to. They can't put their finger on. As I was saying with the High Priestess card earlier, it's like, and with the cat, the cat looks like he has his eye on the prize. And it's like with cats, they go after what they want. With the lion, they go after what they want. They don't fear anything. Well, cats fear the the mop and bucket, the broom, the hoover, whatever. So maybe okay, that makes sense with those hidden fears. It's like, don't fall into the trap of believing the thoughts that you think, like I'm not worth it, I can't do this, I can't do that, and do the opposite. Okay, that makes sense with the cat and the lion, because cats are scared and they're fearful sometimes, but the lion is not fearful, they are not scared, they actually sink their claws into everything. So it's like they see you as having two sides, but I feel like you lean into more of the lion kind of energy. But then again, with the independence, again, the lion and the cat are very independent animals, and they don't need anyone's approval. They don't need to be surrounded by people who don't, or lions or cats who don't approve of what they are doing in life. So it's like you have this energy of being highly independent and being able to look after yourself, being able to look out for yourself. But then there's this loving energy, because cats are quite loving, and so are lions if maybe they grew up around you or something like that. And there's that fiery energy, because lions link to Leo, and there's a lot of fire there, a lot of passion, and they feel that passion coming off of you, like emanating off you, and it's beautiful. Group 1. And then we have Gavel, involvement with the law. It's funny, I keep going back to how to read tarot reading that I put up onto my channel, and I spoke about the Hierophant and the Justice card, and then I mentioned the Tower card, which I'll be looking into in the next 2 videos. And it's like, you don't have any issue with saying what you want. And it could be that that can be quite intimidating to others. There's that intimidating kind of energy there because you don't allow people to walk all over you. You don't allow things to pass you by. And it's important to grab life by the horns and live it and squeeze it for all that it's got. So it's like people see your energy as just as that, as someone who lives their life to the fullest and won't let anyone get in their way. Wow. Shark, take care. There will be a loss of material wealth and ink problems to be resolved. So you're quite a big problem solver, it seems. And it's like you don't let your fears get in the way. It's like many people will be like, oh my god, I'm scared of this, I'm very fearful of this, and you come along and say that, but then it's like, no, I'm going to take charge of my fears and I'm going to conquer it. So your energy is quite conquering and it's endearing. I keep saying the word endearing, and I feel like a lot of people like you. Well, that's the definition of endearing, but a lot of people like you because you are fearless and you go against the grain. You don't allow fears to hold you back. Wow. Elephant, a long journey, either physical or mental, will leave you wiser in the end. And they see you as quite wise as well because you lived a lot of lives with that rebirth I was saying about earlier. You push past the barriers and you keep going, and people love that kind of energy because maybe they look up to you because you show people that things can be done, and you inspire people to do better, to be better if they want to get to where they want to be in life. Yeah, a lot of problems will pop up along the way, but problems are a part of life. What are you going to do? Give up, give in? Or are you going to just keep going? So your energy is that type of energy where it's like it keeps others going as well. It keeps others feeling like there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Wow. Wow, group one. Okay, so I feel like that's the end of your reading now. But it was a very interesting take on your energy. I wasn't expecting to read into your reading like this. It just kind of went a bit left. But these messages are what needed to be heard anyway. So I'm a big believer in going against the current to find your way back to the question. Okay, that makes sense. So maybe you're a big believer in taking detours so that you can find your way back again, or find the question again so that you can answer it, or even go on another detour before you go back to the question. Very interesting, but I hope these messages resonated with you. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Let me know in the comment section what you thought, and don't forget to go over to Beautiful Awakening with Shantia to look at what's blocking your energy right now. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next reading. Bye. Hi group 2, welcome to your reading. Thank you for watching. So this is your What Does Your Energy Feel Like reading in collaboration with Beautiful Awakening with Shantia. Shantia will be looking into what's blocking your energy, so don't forget to look at her reading. I'll link that in the description box along with the timestamps. I really enjoy watching her channel, so I hope you'll get different messages there as well. So I didn't write any messages for your reading this time around. I did do a reading on myself before I started recording, as I usually do, and I loved the messages that came out for me. It was like lots of compliments. I was like, oh, thank you, cards. But yeah, let me get into your reading anyway. Group 1's reading was really interesting. It kind of went off a bit into a different direction, but that's the beautiful thing about tarot reading. You don't have to stay on track. Maybe it's just to do with their energy where they went off track a lot in life, but that's on them. But let's see what we have for you. I just felt like going on about group 1 there, so maybe group 1 will be interesting to you. Who knows? Let's see. Group 1, I mean group 2. What's group 2's energy? So with this reading as well, it's about how do people see your energy, and how does your energy feel like to yourself as well. So just take it as it connects with you. So we have the Devil card here for the first card that came out face up, and this can be quite an intense kind of energy. So other people may see you as quite intense, or you may see yourself as quite intense. It's like holding on to things that can be quite unhealthy to you. So this could be holding on to unhelpful thoughts. This could be holding on, like, attachments to others or attachments to things, and it can be quite a lot to get your head around. Quite possibly is the word I'm getting here. The Knight of Pentacles and the Chariot. I love it when the Devil and the Chariot come out together, because this can be quite a shocking card, the Devil, but then the Chariot comes along and it kind of neutralizes the Devil. And it's like, I'm getting like the Devil is you in your energy when you feel like you've lost your way, and then the Chariot comes back and puts you back on track. Oh yeah, with the Seven of Chalices, this is all about going off track, because there's this to consider, there's that to consider, or there's this option to take, there's that option to take, there's this thing to do, there's that thing to do, and it's like, what will happen? And it's like it's just all a lot, and it can get quite all consuming. And that's where the intensity comes through, because maybe it comes out as you trying to control others or control situations. And I feel like that's on the negative side of your energy. Like, we all have a good side, and we all have another side to us. So it could be that when things get a bit too much with the Seven of Chalices, then you can become quite controlling of your environment, or it's like controlling about your schedule, whatever it looks like to you. Or it could be like eating too much, smoking too much. But then when you are in your good energy, then it's like you can take on anything, you can move forward in a good way possible. So it's kind of like I'm getting the infinity symbol here. And I feel like this could go for anyone really, where we have a good side and a bad side, but this is for you, group 2 anyway. But and it's all about identifying when you are in a good space and when you are in a bad space, because you can give off two very different types of energies when you're in that good side and in that difficult side. This is all about control for the sake of control, and this is all about control to get things done in a much more positive and healthy way. And when you are at your best, you are very good, and when you are at your worst, you can kind of lose your way. So when you're in your Devil energy, you can lose your way, but when you're in your positive Chariot energy, you can put your best foot forward, along with the Knight of Pentacles. So it kind of like people see you as moving quite slow. Your energy can be quite slow at times, but methodical and sensible. And it's like the Chariot can be so sensible as well, because the Chariot has an end goal, and so does the Knight of Pentacles. So your energy is quite goal orientated. Oh, and then when you can be quite goal orientated, that's when the that intense energy can come around, because you get so fixated on what you want, quite possibly, and people can feel that energy coming off of you. And it's all about recognizing when that intense kind of feeling comes on, and it's like pulling yourself back a bit and doing that self-reflection. So I feel like in order to improve that, for that self-improvement, you should journal quite a bit, because I feel like that's how your intensity can come out, through writing, through learning about yourself, so that you can hold yourself, not even hold yourself, but pull yourself back, rein it in a bit, so that you can be more in that positive energy. Wow, kind of went off a bit, but let's see what other messages we can get. The Five of Pentacles. One more. One more message. The Knight of Chalices. And the King of Chalices at the bottom of the deck as well. I'm getting like there's a sense of yearning, like you have a lot of dreams, along with the Seven of Chalices. The Seven of Chalices is quite a dreamy energy, wanting a lot, wanting to be here, there and everywhere. But it's like people can feel that yearning kind of energy, like when you're at your worst, they feel that yearning, that sense of control, and that sense of even burnout. So I'm getting like maybe you can be quite burnt out quite a lot of the time, because when you're at your worst, it's like you go into that King of Wands reverse energy, where you're not using your energy in the best sort of way possible. And it's like you end up in the Five of Pentacles, like what did I even want in the first place? But it's like turning that around and being in that Chariot energy, it can take some work. So I feel like a lot of shadow work needs to happen, so you can understand yourself a lot more. So like journal prompts such as, where does my need for control come from? And then explore that a bit at a time, day by day, whatever. Because the Five of Pentacles runs deep. It's a very deep card to me. And because it's right next to the Devil card, I felt like that needed to be said, because you need to keep yourself on track and not lose your way like the Five of Pentacles. So maybe you lose your way quite a bit. But how can you keep yourself on track into the Chariot and the Knight of Pentacles? Because I feel like you romanticize life quite a bit. The Five of Pentacles can be someone who romanticizes life, who wishes that things could be this way, that way, but it's not, it's this way. And it's kind of like you need to be more head out of the clouds and feet on the ground. So kind of like maybe your energy is quite head in the clouds sometimes, but then when you are in a good space, your feet are on the ground, you're grounded, and you can move forward in a grounded kind of way. Oh, I'm getting a lot of airy energy here, to be honest. Even though we have the Five of Pentacles and the Devil, it's like, because we had the Seven of Chalices at the bottom of the deck as well, so it's like you can get quite lost in that, in your head. And then when you have those negative thinking habits, that's when you can lose your way quite a bit. But you can always get back on track if you keep your feet on the ground and be more practical. Wow. I was also saying in group 1, I had a very different thoughts on how these readings would go, but it's like your reading is veering off a lot like group 1. At least I hope it's not veering off. I hope these messages make sense, but let's see. Like, the thing is with me as well, I don't like to be stuck on the question, because it feels like I am restricted. Yeah, it feels like I'm restricted and I can't answer the question effectively because I'm stuck on answering that question. So it's kind of like, I said this in group 1, it's about losing your way and then coming back to the question eventually, and then moving forward towards the answer and then veering off slightly and then coming back. And I feel like that's with the Devil energy and the Five of Pentacles, where your energy kind of goes left because maybe you're too much in your head overthinking. But then when you stop overthinking, it's like, wow, that was a trip. Let me get back on track. Wow. And then we have the Seven of Wands, boundaries. One more card. What's this? Eight of Cups. Yeah. People see your energy as you know when it's time to leave. And then the King of Cups at the bottom of the deck again. And then we have the Knight of Swords, and then the Hermit. Yeah, that shadow work. The Hermit is strong on shadow work. And I feel like your energy, I feel like you need to get to know your energy, group 2. Because it feels like there's a lot of, I know what I want, and then kind of veers off and then comes back again. And it's like you need to, I feel like there's a lot that's holding you back right now with your energy. And in order to be your best self with your energy, it's about identifying what's accessing your energy and what is dragging you down. Because with the Seven of Wands, in the Tarot of the New Vision and in other decks as well, it's like this one person on top of a mountain, and then these people with wands fighting against the person on the mountain. And it's like this person in this card has a bubble around her while the wands are trying to get to her. And it's like, what is accessing your energy that's got you in the Devil and the Five of Chalices energy? And once you go through that journaling and self-exploration, you can walk away a bit at a time so that you are more positive than keep going round in circles into the Devil and the Five of Pentacles energy. Because I feel like there is some struggle there, but it's just about lifting yourself up out of that. Let's get one more card. What does group 2's energy feel like? the Four of Swords came up in group 1, but it was reversed. So yeah, the Wheel, it's about letting go and going with the flow of the new cycles in your life. Yeah, Four of Swords, this is all about doing your shadow work and then resting and resting to rejuvenate, to heal your heart, heal yourself. So there's a lot of healing to be done, group 2. A lot of getting to know yourself. And a lot of not settling. Don't settle for less, group 2, because maybe you've been settling for less and that's impacting your energy. And that's what's keeping you off track. That's what's veering you off track. But in order to stay on track, you need to know yourself a bit more in depth. Oh, interesting. Let's get one. Don't want 3 cards. Okay, there we go. The Moon came up in group 1. There's a lot that needs to be explored with you. And then the Tower, I mentioned the Tower in group 1. It's funny that I said group 1, maybe the group for you as well. And then the cards, I kept mentioning card after card after card, and now they're coming out for you. So it's about how do you keep losing track in your life? What keeps you on edge in life, and explore that. Because when you explore what keeps you on edge, then you can go deeper and deeper and deeper, and notice the deep attachments that you have in your life. Wow. Okay. I feel like that's it for that. And then let's go into your oracle cards. We have Rescuer, light attribute, provide strength and support to others in crisis, acts out of love with no expectation of reward. Yeah, I feel like you keep losing your way a bit, and it's like you keep needing to be rescued. So maybe other people feel like they need to rescue you, or you keep rescuing yourself. But it's like you need to look after your heart, group 2. You need to get to know your heart. You need to rescue yourself by getting to know yourself, getting to know your energy, understanding your energy. Because I'm getting the message of there's no better relationship than the relationship you have with yourself. And it seems like your relationship has its ups and downs with yourself. And maybe it hasn't been the best kind of relationship, but an improvement of your relationship with yourself is needed so that you can sit with your energy. Exorcist, freeing yourself and others of destructive, impulsive. The devil is quite a destructive character, along with the 5 of Pentacles. And it's like, what is hurting your energy rather than lifting it up and inspiring you to be better? You know, you need to let go, you need to evolve, because these 2 cards here are stopping you from evolving. The Chariot evolves, the Knight of Pentacles evolves as well, and the 8 of Cups. But it's kind of like the stunted energy right now. But you can go far, you can go further in life. Your energy can go further, it can expand. Whew. And then we have Falcon. Wow. Yeah, you can expand. With the Falcon, it's like going out there to get the layout of the land and then coming back home, coming back to safety. Let me get an extra card for this I feel like I'm kind of confused with the Falcon. One more card. What does group 2's energy feel like? Innocent. Yeah, your inner child. Your inner child needs some love, some guidance. Because your inner child, maybe it didn't receive the love that it needed in the past, in childhood. Maybe you were controlled quite a bit a few years ago, and now you feel like you need to control things as well, because maybe that's all you know, and it's getting in the way of you being your best self. Oh, the Falcon, because the Falcon goes out and then comes back. And it's like you can only go so far until you have to go back again, going back to your childhood, or going back to a few months ago where a situation happened which hurt you quite a bit, which you keep going back to. And that's not helping you grow. It's not helping your energy grow or do much, because I'm just seeing there's loads of potential for you here in the future, but if you keep going back, it's like you're reverting back to your old ways, or even going to maladaptive thinking, or doing things that are quite destructive in your life, and that's not helping anyone. It's not helping you or anyone. So it's like, don't trick yourself with the trickster card, because these attachments, these maladaptive thoughts are there to trick you. They are there to trick you, to throw you off your path. And it's like, enough is enough already. You can't keep doing that. Ooh. Now let's get to your last cards. What does group 2's energy? Vine, seek out information that will help you. Pin, new job or career. Okay. And then we have fair man, dealings or relationship with a man with blonde, grey or white hair. You will be playing a different role. And march. Wow, I was getting like a marching band when I said the word march, and music as well, because you know we're the marching band, they play music. And I'm getting the words like penultimate, like that's near the end, right? Near the end. I don't know what that message is. Let me get one more card. Oh, March with the with Aries. Aries is the first zodiac sign, so it's number 1, and it's like you have to put yourself first. You have to be in the lead in your own life, and not let something else throw you off, because you don't need to be thrown off. It's like working through everything that we talked about before. It's you changing to be a better person and putting on a different hat that will serve you, instead of wearing the same old hats that should have been thrown away years ago. So it's like throwing out old hats and buying new ones so you can get a different look, you know. And then we have kite, vacation. Yeah, I feel like maybe your energy feels a bit up in the air at times. Wow, that makes sense with the 7 of chalices I got at the bottom of the deck earlier. And it's like, wow, that makes sense as well with the airy kind of feeling I was saying earlier, where it's like maybe you're too much in your head and not grounded enough. Oh wow, and with the March here we have plants growing, and it's like you need to ground yourself, ground your energy, so it's not so up in the air. This hat is up in the air as well, and it's like, why is everything so up in the air with your group too? There's some self-exploration that needs to happen. Alright, so I feel like that's the end of your reading now, because I feel like we were going over the same thing over and over again. I hope these messages resonated in some way and you got something out of this reading. Don't forget to watch Beautiful Awakening with Shantia, who will be looking at what's blocking your energy. So yeah, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next reading. Bye! Hi Group 3, welcome to your reading. Thank you for watching. So this is your What Does Your Energy Feel Like reading in collaboration with Beautiful Awakening with Shantia, who will be exploring what's blocking your energy. So don't forget to watch that reading. I'll link that reading in the description box. I love her channel so much. So yeah, so welcome to this reading. So group 1 and group 2 were very interesting, kind of went off track a bit. So yeah, this is your What Does Your Energy Feel Like reading, and I'll start off with the tarot cards. Group 1 and 2 were very big energies. Well, let's see what we have for you. We have the Emperor. I feel like maybe that should be upright. I don't feel like it wants to be read. Let's see. What does group 3's energy feel like? I feel quite confused while I'm shuffling this deck. Even with the Emperor card as well, I didn't know whether it wanted to be upright or reversed, and then I put it back in the deck. And it's like, what do you want, group 3? Maybe you struggle quite a bit with making up your mind. Maybe you don't know who you are, which is a very big statement to say. The Name of Wands. I'm feeling a bit of resistance from this deck, sorry. But what's that about? Let's see. Okay, so your energy is quite a resistance to do what you don't want to do. So there's kind of like a rebellious side to you. Rebellious because society wants you to do one thing but you're doing another. Yeah, 7 of Wands. Society wants you to do things one way but you're wanting to do the other, and it's like constant back and forth, and it can get quite exhausting. Interesting. So let's see the stars. I feel like your energy is that you know your path, you know what you want, you know you don't belong where you grew up, and you know that, you feel that deeply. You feel like your path is a road that's been less travelled, if that's the right way to say it. Your energy is quite spontaneous, joyous, joyful, and youthful. And it's like, no matter how many detours you've had in life, you always find your way back. I'm getting this with groups 1 and 2 as well. So I was getting like, with the question, with the what does your energy feel like, I was saying in both of the groups that I don't like to stick with a question because it feels like it's quite restrictive, so that I kind of go off on my own way a bit and then find my way back and then go off a bit and then find my way back again. And it's like, no matter how many times you may get lost or you feel like you have failed at something, you will always find your way back again. And people see you, and even you see yourself, as quite resilient. because you're not giving up. You don't give up. You don't give up on yourself. You don't give up on the cause. You don't give up on maybe people. You don't give up on your dreams, your goals. And you feel like you have a big destiny to fulfill. And it's like, I'm getting the word, you have big shoes to fill. So maybe your family are quite well to do, have a lot of money, or are quite popular, they're well known. And it's like you have to find your own way. Because having big shoes to fill can be quite daunting. It can be a big responsibility. But I feel like you don't like responsibility, which isn't a bad thing at all. Because it's like, I'm going to go off a bit again here, but it's like, society says that the more responsibility we have on our plates is the more successful we are. And it's like the busier we are is the better you are. And it's like society kind of says that we shouldn't rest, we shouldn't go against the grain. But I feel like your energy along with group 1 is kind of like going against the grain. And it's like you know how to rest when you need to rest. Even though there's not many, rest with the stars, because the stars is quite a healing card. So you have quite a healing energy. You know how to heal yourself, and even you know how to heal others. You have a lot of energy for yourself and for others. So you can heal yourself and heal others along the way, just by being in other people's presence. Because you can be quite inspiring. Because the Knight of Wands goes wherever in the world and makes friends here, there and everywhere, but he doesn't stay in the one place. And because he goes from place after place, he knows how to create those connections so that he can come back whenever and stay with them, instead of like going to a hotel or something. So it's like people view your energy as someone who's quite friendly and knows how to make friends and knows how to sustain those friendships, even though you may be far away. But you always have time, because you may be here, there and everywhere, but people see you as having time because you have copious amounts of energy. Wow. But let's get one more card. What does group 3's energy feel like to others and themselves? Oh, we have the Knave of Swords. Yeah, it's like you're always on onto the next thing. And it's like people see your energy as sometimes quite distracting or distracted. But then other times, it's like you know how to be there. But on the flip side of that, you know when it's time to leave. So it's like you know your energy quite well. Group 3 is what I'm getting from this. Because I was getting with group 2, they don't fully know themselves. They haven't explored their energy. But I feel like you have explored your energy and you know what your energy needs. You know how to refuel yourself. You know what will light you up. And it's important that you keep that up. Because if you don't, then I feel like you will end up in the 7 of Wands at the bottom of the deck, where you are frustrated, where you not fighting physical fights, but where you feel like you're up against it and you are disagreeing with everyone and everything. So it's kind of getting like it's best for your energy if you keep going from one thing to the other or one place to the other. and keep a hold of your dreams and conquer your dreams. Oh, beautiful. But anyway, let's see, what other messages do we have for group 3? What does group 3's energy feel like? This group 3's energy. The 9 of Pentacles. Oh, and the 3 of Cups. Wow, yes. Oh my god. I love this so much. And as I was saying before, you know when it's time to leave, when it's time to go, it's time to go. 8 of Cups knows when it's time to leave. So it's like you know exactly to the point where your energy feels dragged down, where your energy feels like, oh, I can't stay here anymore, so I'm going to move on. I'm going to move to the next country. I'm going to move to the next project, because that's what's best for me. And it's like you can make connections anywhere you go, and people love your energy because you know exactly what to say. You notice the small things, even though, yeah, you're here, there and everywhere. When you are around your friends, you are with them and your head isn't elsewhere. Yeah, you're easily distracted sometimes, but that doesn't mean you're easily distracted all the time, sorry. And it's like you notice the small things. Yeah, the stars, because the stars notice the small things. Stars are quite small, yet we notice them from Earth, you know, and that's how you maintain your relationships, even though you're far away. It's like there's always ways where you can connect. It doesn't feel like you're gone. So your energy is felt by everyone that you meet. You leave a good impression, good first impression. Oh, group 3. And it's like you are comfortable in your own energy because you know yourself. You have done that shadow work, it seems, and you can go it alone if you must. The Knight of Wands can go it alone, and even the Knave of Wands as well. And that's how you can maintain that copious amounts of energy you have. The 9 of Pentacles has copious amounts of pentacles because she's self-sustaining and she doesn't need a workforce. She doesn't need anyone to rely on. Your energy is that you can rely on yourself, but you can make good connections with people. Ooh. And let's get one more from this deck. Okay, there we go. The 10 of Swords. Wow, yes. You don't stay where you have been for quite a while. It's like, yep, I've seen it, done that, got the t-shirt, and what's next? Been there, done that, got the t-shirt. Yeah, that's how it goes. What's next? And it's like you're not afraid to turn your back and walk away and burn that, well, not burn that part of your life, but flip the script a bit and move on to the next thing. Wow. Group 3, I love your energy. And then let's move on. We have Slave, light attributes, surrendering your power of choice to the divine with complete trust. Yeah, you have a strong relationship with your intuition. I saw the High Priestess in this deck as I was shuffling, and it's like the High Priestess has great relationship with her intuition, and she really sits with herself, and she's quite an independent person as well. She doesn't need anyone else to fulfill her energy. And it's like, you don't need to follow the laws of the world. It's like, you can follow your own rules. You can really listen to those little nudges inside when it's like, you know what, you need to get going now, you need to do this, that, the other, so that you can experience something different. Ooh. And then the Mother, light attributes, nurturance, patience, unconditional love, joy in giving birth to life. Yeah, you seem to be the life and soul of the party, and people love that energy about you. And because you are the life and soul of the party, people are attracted to that sort of energy. And then when they come towards you, you bring life to others. It's like people are in the Ten of Swords energy from the Tarot of the New Vision deck, where the knife's in the person's back on the ground, and then you come into their life, and one by one the knife falls off, and then they stand up and they feel rejuvenated, because that's what your energy does for people. It brings them up, it builds them up, it opens them up, opens them back up, I should say. And you are patient with their recovery, and you bring new life to people, basically. Oh mate, that's beautiful, group 3. Oh. And even though you are quite an energetic person who goes from one place to the other, you're quite grounded in your energy as well, with the Pentacles and the green in Mother. And it's like, you know when it's time to leave, when people are growing and you see that growth. It's like, I'm not needed here anymore. Yes, I'll keep in touch, but it's time for me to leave. So it's like, you definitely know when it's time to leave. Wow. And then we have observe. Yes, as I was saying before, you know when it's time to leave. You observe people and you notice subtle energy shifts, changes. You notice people's body languages when they are down and out with the Ten of Swords that I mentioned. And it's like, you can see, and with that High Priestess as well, you can see where your energy needs to touch. And also, you're not afraid to be different. Your energy is not being afraid to be different. I love that. One more card. Oh god, these cards do not want to come out one by one. Group 3's energy. Oh, there we go. We have Angel. You are an angel in disguise, group 3. Oh. It's like, you protect people. You protect people from the situation, from feeling down and out, and then you come along and you give good hugs. You bring your energy into the equation, and then that's it. They are flourishing. Angel in disguise you were. That song is coming to mind as I'm reading this, because it's like, they weren't expecting you, and then all of a sudden you come into people's lives and you protect them. You look over them with the observer, and you see what can be improved in others' lives, and then you come in and improve their lives, and then you go when you're not when you're no longer needed. Ooh. So you are quite a guardian angel, group 3, you look over others. That makes sense with the stars and the Knave of Swords. Oh, that's a very beautiful energy. A very motherly, instinctive energy you have. Oh. And then let's move over to your last cards. We have Tower, solid foundation, success with effort. Yeah, as I was saying before, you can build solid foundations with a group of friends and then move on, knowing that it's a solid relationship. So then you can move on to a different country and then continue building there. Oh, so you have it seems like you have no issues with building relationships with others, and creating a life that you actually love, because you can see what's worth your time and energy and what isn't, and it's like focusing on all of that can help you create a successful life for yourself. And people see you as quite solid. Your energy is solid. Even though it's quite flexible, they see you as being someone who is a safe haven. Wow. And then we have Broken Ring, parting of the ways in either romance or business. Yeah, they see you as someone who's not afraid to let go, not afraid to end a chapter in their life because it's too restrictive, it's too same old, same old. I get that, group 3. And even though you are like that, you don't forget others. You don't forget the foundations that you built, and you keep going back to check in on people, to have conversations with people, because I feel like a lot of people don't have that from others, but you do the work to maintain even though you are away or far away. Grasshopper, situations in the balance requires careful handling. You know how to handle yourself in times of pressure, in times where your friends, your family need your energy. You know how to dial down your energy and when to pick it up again. So it's like you are quite a flexible person. Your energy is quite flexible. It's, what's the word, malleable. Yeah, malleable. Shark, I don't feel like that's your card actually, that came out in group 1. Quill, going back to basics. And then wind chimes, peace and harmony. Oh, people feel at peace in your presence because your energy can match what they need at the time. So if they need calm, you can bring calm. If they need excitement, you can bring excitement. If they need spontaneity, oh, I can give spontaneity. It's like your energy can adapt to whatever situation you're in, whoever you are around. And it's not to say that you'll be leaving yourself behind. It's just that people require different things, and you can be that for people and even be there for yourself. Oh, should we get one more? I feel like one more card wants to come out. This card, Rose, romance is in the air. You treat people well with love and kindness and the respect that they deserve. Oh, group 3. And you allow people to blossom, because that's the kind of person you are. Yeah, you're blossoming, but it doesn't mean that you should blossom alone. Other people can blossom around you. And be better people. So it's like you emanate a lot of love, and then you get that love in return. Oh, group 3. Crown, honor and respect will come to you at the bottom of the deck. So it's like people really do look up to you. people see that you use your power in the best ways possible, and it's like you don't bring people down, you only lift people up, because that's what a real leader is supposed to do. So people see you as a leader. Your energy is quite an authoritative energy, but it's not the smothering type. It's not the type where it is restricting. You enhance people. Oh, group 3, that's lovely. Alright, yeah, so that's what I'm seeing for you anyway. Don't forget to watch Beautiful Awakening with Shantia's reading, and Shantia will be exploring what's blocking your energy. So yeah, head over to her channel. I love her channel, and yeah, I hope these messages made sense to you. I hope they connected with you in some way. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next reading. Bye!